Hey guys, I'd like to thank our sponsors, the B Token, the future of home sharing on the blockchain. The ICO has garnered a ton of interest well beyond their expectations. Be sure to check out their website at btoken.com. Their ICO starts January 31st. Be sure to subscribe to their email lists to stay reminded. Otherwise, you may lose your chance at this one, folks. Hello, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. This is your host, Sam Capizzi, here at Cryptosomniac to bring you everything cryptocurrency related, where the markets never sleep and neither do we. Today is January 16th, the day that BitConnect goes down.
BitConnect!
And that is Snabot giving his farewells to BitConnect. And we'll play this video for you guys because every time someone asked me about what BitConnect was, if I should get invested, and I said the same thing. And I showed them this video, and I even had a couple people that said, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "What do you mean, what do I mean? Just watch this video. That should be enough in of itself to tell you that this is something you do not want to be a part of or invested in." So let's just go and give it to you one last time. And we'll start the stream off with this.
And let me tell you that we are really changing the world as we know it. The world is not anymore the way it used to be. No, no, no. BitConnect! Wow! BitConnect! Thank you so much, Carlos from New York City. We're very excited, super excited. Thank you. And let me.
Alright, so if you haven't seen that video before, that was actually real. Aside from that last high pitch, that was actually real. So that was them shilling BitConnect. I think that was in Thailand. I think they were. If you watch the rest of the presentation, absolutely ridiculous, absolutely absurd. He seems like a trustworthy dude. Absolutely. Definitely someone I want to give my money to. And today it got shut down. So let's bring up the article. Snay just sent it to me in the group so I could show you guys. BitConnect shutters crypto exchange site after regulator warnings. So the company behind the controversial cryptocurrency platform BitConnect has announced that it will close down its lending and exchange platform. Their lending service will be shuttered effective immediately, while its exchange platform will close in the next 5 days. In short, they're closing the lending service and exchange service while BitConnect's website will operate for wallet service, news, and educational purposes. So we told you guys that this was just a matter of time. So if you have any money and you are a participator in BitConnect, we told you from the very get-go that it was a Ponzi scheme and not to invest. We continued to have questions after questions after questions about it. So that is your answer. That is the answer. The answer is sell, get out of BitConnect. It is going down like a hot potato, and it's tanked more than anything here on this chart. 80, oh my God, we just went off the charts. Holy crap. Holy crap. Holy crap. 83% down to $40. Holy crap. That is crazy. That is one of the biggest drops I've ever seen. But hey, we told you it was literally going to fall flat on its face, and it was just a matter of time. So hopefully you guys made out. I told you that this was coming. And let's start by looking at the questions, and then we'll move on to some of the good stuff. I mean, BitConnect is whatever. We've told you. I missed the boat on BitConnect. Hopefully the ship is sinking, and get out now. And yeah, someone says suck my mod, that they should sue the YouTubers that were influencers to the BitConnect program, and then maybe that happens. Maybe people sue the YouTube influencers that shilled BitConnect. That definitely seems like a possibility. I don't know. We have never shilled BitConnect here on the channel, and it's something that you know, we told you it was just a matter of time. It was going to happen. So BitConnect seems to be dead, down to $40. Probably will be even worse than that in a moment or two. We refresh the page here. I'm sure we'll see it tank. What's going on though, everybody? What's going on? Ron does, Nick, Hassan, Fresh to Salt, Irish Whiskey in Hand. Please depart the pearls of wisdom. Lunar or GVT recommendation. I'm going to probably say GVT, though Lunar isn't bad. Bitcoin Trey took a beating on his live stream today. I'm sure all those guys, Trayvon James, a lot of those guys that had shilled BitConnect. In fact, let's go see if we can find any of those guys. I'm sure that they are getting hammered. What's the guy's name? Trayvon James. He was one of the biggest BitConnect shills out there. In fact, look, there it is. #1 winner. #1 video is literally a video of him and BitConnect. Third video, BitConnect. It's all just BitConnect stuff. BitConnect. You win. There it is. Look at the down ratings on that. Look at that, man. You win, BitConnect. Comments are disabled for this video. He probably took so much flack that he was just like, screw it. Or maybe he does that all the time. Let's go see. Let's look at another video. What is BitConnect ICO? Let's see if he normally disables comments. Dun, 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 dun. My internet is being... Yeah, he disabled comments. He's probably gotten so much flack from all the BitConnect stuff going on. So, just disregard all of it. You're just gonna... Who takes advantage from a dude in dreadlocks and gold teeth? You had it coming if you did. Trayvon James stated that he beat the game a few days ago. Idiot, the game is never over. First round of Bitcoin futures end tomorrow. Yeah, that'll be interesting. I'd love to talk a little bit about my thoughts on the markets. We are sending out an update later tonight if you're on a part of the Cryptosomniac Advantage or Moon Lounge. I think that this is... The title of this video is titled, What to Do While Crypto is Crashing. I mean, you kind of just got to walk away and let it go. This happens time and time again. There's market corrections. And I'm going to offer you 3 pieces of information that I think may have the impact that we're experiencing, may be the reason as to why we're experiencing the impact that we are now. And we've experienced it in July with the hard fork FUD, Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin tanked, dropped 50-60%. In September, China FUD came out, dropped 50-60%, and here we are again today, down 50-60%. In fact, we're up a little bit from where we were a little bit earlier. Bitcoin's dominance is coming back, so a lot of people coming back into Bitcoin. And wow, there's a loud siren going on outside. This is normal. This always happens. It's cyclical. So the best thing I'd have for people that are new to cryptocurrency is just hodl, keep on trucking through the storm. This happens very much. And if you bought at the high, it's unfortunate. But the good news is that these cyclical corrections don't last very long. It seems like 6 months or 6 weeks in the crypto world is equivalent to like a whole stock market cycle of 7 years in the traditional world. So you can really rebound pretty quickly within several weeks, it really feels like, as opposed to 6 months like it does a lot in, or 6 years like it does in the traditional stock world. You know, we had the crash in 08, and it wasn't until the last couple of years to where I think we've gotten back past that point of where we were. So this happens all the time in crypto. If you're new to crypto, it's unfortunate that you got in near the top, but my recommendation is just hold. I have not, no one can really spot the top or the bottom. It's difficult to pinpoint it perfectly, but we did experience massive gains the past several months. So a lot of people are still up, and someone on Twitter asked, is this dude even reading the comments? I sure am. And there is a lot of this happens all the time. It just happens all the time. If you're new to crypto, it's unfortunate, but stick around long enough to see yourself become the hero or die a villain. You'll get through the storm. It's all right. There's 3 pieces of information that I think may be suppressing prices, and I'm going to explain each 3. So recently there was the Korean FUD. we had the Korean FUD where they were shutting down exchanges and everyone panic sold, and it really was just basically regulating the markets. They were coming down, clamping down on regulations, ICOs, corruption within the exchanges, basically regulating, doing good things that I think are healthy for any market this new and volatile and corrupt. And it turned out that none of the exchanges were, the big exchanges are going down. They're just tampering and clamping down on some of the things that were, going on that attempts to regulate the market, because a lot of stuff is shady and needs to be better regulated. So I think it's a good thing overall. And that was one reason. That was also coupled with CoinMarketCap actually removing Korean exchanges from their list here. So if you actually click any of these, like Bitcoin, BitHum used to be the biggest exchange in the world, and it was really inflating the price of Bitcoin. And they've removed that. Actually, sorry. Here it is still listed here, but I believe, yes, the star indicates that they've removed it from, let's go down here and show you what the star means. The star means price excluded. So they still have Korean exchanges, but they've excluded that from the price calculation, the aggregate of price, because prices are so much higher on Upbit and BitHum, these Korean exchanges. You can see we're always about 10, 15, 20% higher than where we are normally. So what they did is they got rid of that, and that tanked all the prices on CoinMarketCap. People panic sold, and that was one reason why we saw the decrease in prices. That's reason one. Reason two, there was China FUD, more China FUD, which kind of didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, because China announced back in September that they were going to be canceling and shutting down a lot of exchanges. And there was another article, several articles that came out today saying that they're clamping down now on the miners and a whole bunch of different things related to crypto again, and just more FUD. And I think honestly we're a little bit, we should be past it, but I guess it's not. I think that's part of the reason as to why we're also experiencing some of the FUD that we are. And then there's this third piece, which I'm hypothesizing a little bit, and I just want to show you Charles Hoskinson's Twitter, because he actually had a decent comment regarding this. His tweet said, banking, red like this always leads to something related to banks. Expect some form of news by the end of the week. In fact, let's give that a retweet. I gotta log in. Am I logged in? Retweet. My assumption is that it takes the banks a long time to get around to moving money. They have billions of dollars. They can't sift and shift money quickly from platform to platform and to exchange, etc. It takes them a little bit of time to set that stuff up and get those systems in place. They can't just pick up billions of dollars. And I think they're starting to realize the legitimacy of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, all the advantages, and they're trying to move money and take advantage of that. And it's my assumption, I don't have any proof, but it's my strong assumption that they are suppressing prices. They are shorting the markets. They're trying to drive down prices, creating big sell walls, and really just keeping the prices down for an opportunity for them to get the money in place, the processes in place, to basically take and shift money around in the markets and take advantage of these low prices, because they know that crypto is just going to continue to explode. So they themselves are trying to set those processes up in place, and I really feel like that they are suppressing prices. And maybe something comes out here about the banks. I know Charles said to here, and I just wanted to point that out, because I think a lot of this, in my opinion, is more related to just, I mean, I think all these three pieces I mentioned, Korean FUD, China FUD, and then the banks, I think all of it together is kind of driving down the prices. But if in my opinion, I really think that the banks and financial institutions are helping to drive down the prices, and they're just going to scoop it back up. And what's going to happen is prices will continue to rise like they always do, and the markets will jump up really high. Bitcoin will be 30, 40, 50K, and then boom, the markets will tank. People will be sitting here, we'll be having the same conversation. People will say, why are the markets tanking? FUD, fear, this, that. The banks, the news outlets will release FUD articles of fear, based on fear, and prices will be driven down again. The banks will have sold, they'll make all your money, and then they'll buy back in at the bottom like they always do and make out again. So it's very cyclical. This happens all the time. and there's a green side to all of it. The markets will recover. Bitcoin will be here. I shared a very, very interesting piece of information I remember last time, and about the book from Andre Antonopoulos about how it would be to shut down the cryptocurrency exchanges. You can't just shut down cryptocurrency. I mean, yes, you can shut down exchanges and you can make it difficult to cash out, but you cannot stop decentralized things. You can't shut down the internet. It's not possible. If you shut down exchanges, you can start to transfer crypto through Skype smileys and emoticons. You can do it through Morse code. You can do it through radio wave signals. You can do it through so many different things. You cannot shut down the internet. It's just not possible. So no matter what happens, yes, people will be scared. People will become fearful. China's shutting down exchanges. The US is banning Bitcoin, this, that, and the other. But mark my words, there's someone on the other side of that party or that news that's benefiting, because they're buying and they will find ways to make crypto work for them. And crypto is not going anywhere, I'm telling you. Blockchain technology, Bitcoin, and cryptocurrency is here to stay. And if you think that it's going to fall and crash and go to zero, then you'll be the sucker. You'll be the sucker in the room. One of my mentors used to tell me, if you don't know who the sucker is in the room, it's probably you. And you don't want to be that guy selling your thinking that Bitcoin is going to crash and it's going to zero and it's burning and nothing's going to be around, and you're going to be the sucker at the end of the totem pole that lost all that money. And the banks and the financial institutions and all these players are going to be ahead of the crypto, ahead of you guys, ahead of the consumers, ahead of the people that think crypto's crashing. So the book I'm mentioning, someone asks, the film guy, is The Internet of Money by Andre Antonopoulos, one of the best books I've ever read, and it's just a really fun read. I've read a lot of books, and a lot of them are just educational, and I mean, they're great books, but they're tedious reads. They're I'm not gonna say boring. I mean, I love to read, but The Internet of Money was actually a tremendously fun read, easy, great book. Really helped to expand just my metaphorical basis of all the different things of how to relate cryptocurrency to different pieces of information, and just a really fun book. Definitely recommend it. But I really have no doubt that this will be short-lived. And let me look at the question. There's a lot of questions to keep up with, guys. I'll try to answer as many. What's a safe place to open a wallet? I'd recommend a hardware wallet, Laura. A Nano Ledger S, a Trezor wallet. Get yourself a MyEther wallet. Those are free. Anything that gives you your private key, actually. It doesn't have to be hardware. Anything that gives you your private key is considered safe to store your money. So, somebody asks, what's wrong with Tron? I think Tron is a great buy. So, why don't we open up the charts? And if you guys have any questions, any coins you want me to chart, shout them out. And while I'm getting set up, hit that thumbs up button, hit that likes button, hit that heart button, depending upon where you're watching this, and give this video a tweet or a heart or a whatever. So let's look at the daily. We have a massive run up and a lot of fear, uncertainty, and I've been reading a lot of the articles with Tron. I still think Tron is a great hold, and it's crashing. And I mean, everything is. Tron is. I honestly don't even think Tron's getting hit much harder than some of the other things now. I mean, Tron was crushing and being crushed. If we look at it, there's some other things down worse. Let's take a look at the 7-day. Tron is down 56%. There's some others in here that are down just as much. We've got NEM down 42. A Tron, we got Verge down 57, which I told you guys Verge wasn't very good. Digibyte's down 50, Dogecoin's down 50, BitShare's down more than 50. We've got, a lot of coins down, and it's taking a beating, just like everything does. It's a cyclical correction. I'm looking for the oversold levels. That is pretty good. That's very oversold on the 4-hour. That's a good time to pick up right there. On the 2-hour, not as much. The 1-hour, even less. But I think there's still more room. There's more room to correct here potentially. What I'd like to do is let's do the fib retracement from the beginning. And yes, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Let me do a fib retracement, and I tell you all the time, and you know what, while we're at it, I'm going to chart this with Bitcoin. We very commonly pull back 60% of the market, and right now we pull back more than that. So this wick is a huge outlier. If I were to get rid of the wick and just go to that wick right there, we are in the blue region here where I like to buy. It's in that region, and it's so common to retain or pull back 61.2% of the market. It's a Fibonacci level. It's a psychological. It's a number of things. It's a mathematical level technically, but a lot of these are even psychological barriers, or they end up being psychological barriers. And you can see the candles obviously face a little bit of resistance and support in these regions here. Right now we're kind of in the middle of this blue region, so I think we still have more room to go down for Tron. But one thing I really want to show you actually is on the Bitcoin USD chart is the fib retracements and dating back to a while ago. So let's go back on Bittrex. I'll pull up this and let me show you the most recent run-ups and their you know, where they ended up pulling back to, because this is how I usually do it. So let's go back to the most recent one in let's go to June. Let's look at this cycle. So when I draw Fibonacci retracements, I like to draw them like this. I like to start from the bottom, and go to the top in a local min to a local max. And here you can see that we pulled back actually a lot more than 61.8% of our original move. We dipped below the 50 mark many of times in that couple of day span back in May when things tanked for a little bit. And we if you had set any buy orders rather at 618 levels where I like to buy below that region, you would have experienced this growth. So then you would have went bam bam bam, you're growing, and we grew until basically we grew until the middle of June. Actually, honestly, you could draw this Fibonacci retracement. You could even draw it to here a little bit further up, because this bottom was very short lived. It was kind of like a blip. It was only like a 3-4 day blip, and then you can see we touched that 618 level multiple times, and it was that sweet region to buy right there. And we pulled back, you know, 61.8% of our original move a number of times right here. You know, if we pull this, let me pull this out a little bit further. If we pull this chart out just a little bit further, you can see that, well, that's the 50 line, sorry. But in this region, we dropped here. We got close to 618. So let me show you it again. So, I mean, hey guys, it doesn't always work out spot on, but it does a lot. So let's draw another fib retracement. Let's move that one over there. And let's draw another one up from the run-up we've experienced at the middle of July. Was the bottom of the Bitcoin market, the bottom, and then we ran up until the beginning of September. So let's draw that one. We were started there and we ran to there, and let me zoom in, and you can see we peaked over that 618 level once, down below the $3,000 mark. And I remember actually charting that on screen like sometime when we were like over here, right before, you know, people were saying, where do we think we're going to bottom out at? And I said, set your orders for sub $3,000 mark levels. And you hit that, and then we had this another bull run. So here we are with the next one. So what we could do is we could chart the fib levels on there. And I'm going to tell you where I think we could bottom out at. And look at where we hit. Look at where we hit. Look at where we hit. There's a candle that dips right almost dead on to that 618 level. I wouldn't be surprised to see a stop somewhere in the $9,000 to $10,000 region. This is the last bottom we've really experienced, was at that bottom of that China FUD to earlier here in December. And this is my golden rule of thumb. This is the region I look to get in at. This is the worst circle I've ever drawn. But hold on, let me delete that. I can't leave you guys with that. This is where I look to get in at. This is the region. This is it. We are experiencing another 50 to 60% pullback. And it happens all the time. It happens all the time all the time. It's just cyclical, guys, and it happens a lot faster than it does in the traditional markets. It happens over the course of just a couple of weeks as opposed to years in the stock market. So we will recover, and we will pass 30,000, we'll pass 40,000, we'll pass 50,000. We'll pass the $1 trillion market cap as a whole very, very soon. And this year we will pass that. So just hodl. And in fact, I'd love to do something else, but let me answer the questions on air. Maybe I can come back to this chart. But somebody donated $2 on stream. Thank you very much. Can you look at HSTT, Rayblox, and LA token charts, please? I'll try to go through one or two of them. I don't know if I can answer all, but let's take a look at your first one, HST. I'm not exactly sure what HST is. I don't know why I'm deleting stuff. HST/BTC. Looks like it's on Cryptopia. It's a bit newer, and it's a bit run up, and it doesn't have a lot of data. So you know what? Since it's so new, let's just do Rayblox instead. Oh gosh, they don't have a Rayblox chart on here yet. That's a bummer. All right, well, let's take a look at LAT token first. LAT token has been out for some time. I think there's a little bit more history to LAT. And let me pull up my preloaded chart of LAT. And let's go to the daily. And we are looking good. LAT token is one of the few things that is actually doing well, but it's looking like you're going to want to take some profits. The daily looks like it's a little high right now. In fact, let's go look at the actual price. LAT token, one of the few things probably doing well recently. Down 24%, but if we look at the charts, we are, yeah, we're up, but we're crashing just like I guess everything else is. So maybe we're not doing that well. Well, I can't see the price. We have a big drop off there. Let's zoom in. Maybe I need just the more zoomed in version. That's a little better. Where we're obviously down a fair bit, down a good 20-30% in the past few hours, and looks like we're headed down. MACD is going down on the 2 hour. 2 hour looks like we're still headed back down. See that kind of inflection point there, and we're just heading back down. Everything's crashing though right now. I mean, everything's tied to Bitcoin really still. Bitcoin's doing bad, and it's normal. And it looks like on the daily, LA token still is actually pretty high, to be honest. So there you have it, Sakib. That's what I think about LAT token. I'll quickly look at Rayblox on here because they don't have it on Coinigy. $16, down 20%. Everything's crashing right now. There's so many good buys out there. There's so many good buys out there right now. Everything's just down or crashing or whatever. I think it's a great day to put fiat into the market. It really is. And I suggest laddering orders. Take a second to take the opportunity to ladder in your orders. If you have $1,000 to place in the market, put in 250 now. Put in 250 at another price. Another 250 at another price. Like right now, Bitcoin is at what, 11,000? It's at 11,000. Put in 250 now. If it drops to 1075, put in another 250. If it drops to 10.5, put in another 250. If it drops to 10,000, put in another 250. And that's what I mean by laddering in your orders. Is dollar cost averaging. It's a very good way. You just enter 200 bucks into the market every week, every month, whatever you have, and by that you will effectively have a more median, balanced, good range of you'll have better entries. I mean, you'll have better entry prices. So, Sam, how do you usually buy into crypto from fiat? Which platform do you use? I use Coinbase as well as Gemini. There is those two. Those are the two platforms that I would use. Well, I mean, I guess it totally depends on if you are from the US or not. I'm from the US, so I use Gemini. I've used Kraken before as well as Coinbase. So those are the three that I use. Neblio, N-E-B-L, and Mark. Mark, thank you so much for the $10. Can you look at Ven and their upcoming news and some TA on it? So let me go to my website, see if there's anything special next to VeChain on the charts. I know that they had a lot of good partnerships and stuff coming up. I haven't seen anything in the last couple of days, but it's obviously so hard to keep up to date with everything. So let's see. We're updated to keep you, or we're excited apparently to keep you up to date on the growth of our community in the past week. Subredditors broke a bunch, so that's good. Hitting a lot of growth. Let's check out their most recent tweets. Was recently interviewed by one of the largest banking firms in China. Okay, educating 2,000 institutional securities. That's good. To announce that Kevin Fang has formally joined us as Chief Operating Officer. We will post details about his high-profile interviews soon. VeChain work with the national level government of China and the central government. Okay. We're excited to announce that thanks to an overwhelming amount of additional customers who treated depth opportunities, the VeChain rebranding event. Ooh, a rebranding event. The VeChain rebranding event will occur on February 26, 2018. That's exciting. That is very exciting. Rebrands are always usually pretty good for a cryptocurrency. So, this is more than a change in name or logo. What VeChain Thor is becoming is more extensive than many foresaw when we announced a rebrand. Blockchain X is here. Wow, that looks exciting. That's good news. It's important to note the development of VeChain Thor. Okay, well that looks good. I'm going to have to read this in full afterwards. I don't want to waste too much time focusing on this, but check this out. That looks cool. That looks really nice. That looks really good. And then we'll do some TA on it like I promised. And thank you so much for the $2, Trevor. Every little bit counts. Thank you so much. Let's take a look at the VeChain charts though. That's some good news though. I'm excited. I like VeChain. VeChain is quite high though, and it might be being bolstered by the fact that of that recent announcement, it's only down 17% compared to some of these others. But in comparison to Bitcoin, it's holding really strong. Really strong. But it looks like it's a good time to maybe get out. It may be a good time to get out. I don't know. It's tough to say because rebranding news is always good, but the rebranding's not for another month, and it's up quite a bit high now. Hard to say whether or not that pricing is already factored in. And there's I'm not suggesting sell all though. Gosh, don't sell all of it, but it might be a good time to just take some profit. It looks like it's done pretty well the past several weeks, and you guys probably know that if you're in it. But MACD looks like it's about to cross on the daily. RSI is quite high. So there's a number of things in here. Let's take a look at the 4-hour. Yeah. Looks looks like we might be going back. Nah, it looks like we're still going down when you zoom in. On the 2-hour, looks like we are. Looks like we're. It's hard to say what we're doing there. The blue is going one way, the red's going that way. Could be across. Looking at the hourly. On the hourly, we're going down. So, I don't know, mixed signals right here. Nothing definitive that tells me a whole lot, but I do think VeChain is a little high right now and could be due for a little bit of a correction. So, but definitely cool news about VeChain. I did not know they were rebranding. That is some cool news. That is some good news. So, that's probably has a little bit to do with why there was a run up. So, maybe it's a good time to take profit. So, not sure why I bought Navalio on Sunday. Think I was drunk, but it's booming today. Let's take a look at Navalio. Let's chart it on the charts. NEBL, BTC. Yeah, we are booming a little bit today. Navalio was a coin that we recently got into. I don't know if we called it here on air or not. I don't want to say anything that's not actually true, but it is a coin that Stay and I recently got into. And it is, yeah, it's doing well today. And Sohil Deftarium, what's been going on with Vertcoin? So idle this season. Could we see a breakout soon? So let's take a look. Thank you for the $5, by the way. let's take a look at Vert. And I don't know what the ticker is. Let me look up the ticker before I chart it. VTC. VTC/BTC. And it has been tanking. So let me go back to the daily. I totally agree, by the way, Mike Williams. Totally agree with you on that statement. Charts don't look great. This is the daily. Bitcoin Golds and Bitcoin and Vertcoin are very similar. Basically, Vertcoin, if you like the idea of basically mining with your GPU and not through ASIC chips. ASIC chips are basically more, what is it called? Basically more specific versions of processors that are just dedicated with one use purpose. In fact, I always forget what ASIC stands for, but ASIC stands for application specific integrated circuits. They are basically designed to specifically do one thing and one thing only, and they make ASIC dedicated mining chips. And for Bitcoin, that's why we have why it's so inefficient to mine with GPUs, because we have ASIC chips, and it's a lot better to mine with an ASIC chip because ASIC chips are dedicated to just mining Bitcoin. They don't do anything else. That's all they're good for. Vertcoin is resistant to that, and they use GPUs. So if you're a fan of that, which means any common user can mine, which means that Bitcoin and Vertcoin and Bitcoin Gold essentially don't have to be as centralized because anyone can mine at that point. Right now, the issue with Bitcoin, I think a little bit of people are concerned that all the mining is concentrated in one area because anyone can mine, or not anyone can mine, but a lot of the miners now are the people that have a lot of money to buy those ASIC dedicated chips. So they kind of push out the smaller people out of the game, and then you run into exactly these kinds of issues. So if you like Vertcoin, Bitcoin Golds may be a good hedge, but I honestly don't think very highly of either one, to be honest. But they're very, very similar in nature, so I expect both to follow similar trajectories. Vertcoin was very hot a while ago. People were mining it. I think it was pretty profitable to mine, which also helped its price. It also had a halvening back in December, and it's kind of been falling off. So it's never been something I'm a big fan of or excited of. GPU mining isn't something that really excites me. I'm not a miner myself, really, and I don't have much more to offer on Vertcoin. So, hi Sam, Dubs Winner asks about Dragonchain. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Dragonchain. I'm a big fan of the platforms, and Dragonchain is another platform which will have its own ICOs launching off of it soon. And in fact, I think I got word of one of the first ICOs launching off of Dragonchain, and I forget where that is. That maybe that's on Reddit. Dragonchain Reddit, and let's see if am I a subscriber? I am not a subscriber. I got to get on that. And the first ICO, here it is. It's Lateral. What are your thoughts on Dragonchain's ICO Lateral? I feel that is a very strong start from Dragon. This is a running business that has a very expanded, credible team. So let's take a look if we can get into Lateral. Lateral ICO. I haven't done my research yet on Lateral, but where is it? Where is the website for Lateral? Lateral ICO. I'm going to have to look more into it. I don't know where the website is. Let's take a look at that Reddit or that Twitter. Look Lateral. Looklateral.io. There we are. So this is the first ICO coming out on Dragonchain. The digital renaissance begins here. Art is an asset class worth, wow, this is kind of cool, worth $60 billion with millions of transactions per year, yet it is still locked in under a sea of plum and reigned by doubts on authenticity, lack of transparency, and liquidity. Kind of makes sense for Disney. Disney definitely has a lot of art in their industry, and it could be exciting and could be just something to follow. I think a lot of the ICOs that are built initially off some of these newer platforms like Dragonchain, like Neo, like Qtum, I think will definitely get a lot of attention, and I think we'll do very well. And you've seen that recently with a lot of the Neo ICOs. Trinity and Red Pulse and a couple of other ones that have just done very well. So I think that this could be pretty interesting. So anyway, yeah, Dragon I think is very cool. They got Disney marketing behind them. I am a great fan of Disney marketing, and marketing in crypto is obviously huge. They have a really strong team. I don't know how they stack up comparatively to some of the other ones, but that's why I hedge my portfolio. I have a little bit of crypto and investments in Dragonchain. I got some in EOS, got some in Ethereum, some in Neo, some in Qtum, all these different cryptos, and I think Dragonchain is another one that I like. I mean, there's getting to be a lot, but I do like Dragonchain. I think it is. I think it's a cool project. You never know, guys. You never know. I mean, it could be a dud in a couple of years. Maybe we don't need all these platforms, but in the meantime, I think that Dragonchain deserves a little bit of a little spot in my portfolio. How much? Always up to you. Me personally, it's a % or two, nothing crazy, but I think it's a good buy. I think it is a good buy. Me personally, that's just me. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm only recommending you, or I'm only telling you what I did. You, of course, can have your own opinions, your own thoughts, but I do own Dragonchain. Is it a good time to buy Neo? I don't think so. Neo had a huge run up. I know it came back down. I don't think it's a good call right now. I don't think it's a good bet. I don't think it's a good bet. But to each their own, you know. Neo was just at an all-time high. You know, you don't really want to buy near all-time highs. We're still massively up from where we've been. So I don't ever chase green. It's just a golden rule of thumb for me. I never buy anything that looks like that. I can tell you, here, let me chart the chart for you, and I'll give you some good entries for Neo. And it's not going to be anytime soon. It's not going to be anytime soon. Let me do this for you. This is not good. This is not good at all. MACD is coming down. Like, you should be getting out of Neo, basically. You should be getting out of Neo. Yeah, that's not good at all. But let me draw the fib retracement for you and give you, let's go on the 4 hour. So we'll draw it from here to here, and I think we got a lot more room to come down. Here we are. You can see the areas of support and resistance line up pretty well with where we've been, and I'm going to tell you right now, I will set your orders right here. Let's put in some Q prices. Entry price, let's do Q price, and I'm going to do .0065. That's 65,000 satoshis, or is that 650,000? Yeah, that's 650. 0065 1 2 4. Yeah. So basically, I'll put it in parentheses for you. 650,000 sats. So that's my Q price for Neo, which is around that green line there, the blue line, sorry. It's around there. That's my Q price for Neo if you're looking to get into Neo. ETH entry price. ETH entry price. Let's take a look at ETH. Let's do it. ETH/USD. ETH is also pretty run up, but hey, look at that. That's not bad either. That isn't bad either. I'm going to draw it from this support line here because it looks like we've had a lot of support in that region there. So I'm going to draw from my fib from there to there. And if you're looking to buy ETH with USD, now. Literally now. Now is the time. If you're looking to enter ETH from USD Tether, now. And I'm going to give you a couple of other lowball orders. First one is now. Second one is going to be 825, and the third one is going to be 700. There's your 3 orders for ETH if you're entering via fiat. That's going to be my, my 3 orders for Ethereum. And I think that anyone asking about the Cryptosomniac Advantage, we're hashing out just a couple of details. I do apologize. We have some people in there that we are working with and working on some of the details, trying to get things hashed out. Should be good to go in just a day. We do apologize. We're having a little bit of issues with people upgrading their accounts and whatnot, but they'll be hashed out shortly. And we do apologize for anyone interested in the Moon Lounge or the Cryptosomniac Advantage. So we can hopefully we'll have news about that tomorrow. Crypto Crushers, thank you so much for the $2 donation. We definitely appreciate it. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Let's give in some BTC entries. So why don't we go back to the BTC chart and let's do it up. Let's do it up. BTC USD. And Mark Branciforte, thank you very much for the donation, the $1. Thank you very much. We do appreciate it. Thank you very much. I definitely appreciate it. And Fresh to Salt, we are definitely working on the Slack channel fix. There's an option inside the Moon Lounge or the Cryptosomniac Advantage to immediately upgrade to get access to the Slack channel. We're hoping that will be fixed in the next 24 hours. So check back sometime tomorrow, and we do believe that issue will be fixed. But again, all updates will be given out via email, so if you are on the list already, don't worry. Everything we give out, you'll get right to your inbox. So here are the updates for, or my entry points for Bitcoin. I'm literally going to do this again now. Let's give you 3 entries. I'm going to say one is literally now. Bitcoin is so cheap right now. If you have any fiat, literally just put it in right now. If I had any, I literally don't have any. All my money is in crypto. Or my house, I own a house, or it's in my 401k, or my pension, or I have a car. I guess it's in my car too, but I don't have any fiat laying around, or I would. I literally would buy some now. Second entry. Second entry, I'm going to say is, I'm going to say around this support level here. I'm going to say, actually, I might have one before that. Now I'm going to do before that too, because there's a lot of psychological importance around the $10,000 mark. So I'll be interested to see if we fall below that. So I'm definitely going to put 10,000 as a mark here. I come up with these entry points from a number of things. I like to look at the fib retracements. I like to think about psychological barriers. I like to I see your guys' loud whistle. This dude doesn't reply to our chat, so we can ask ourselves some questions. Let me know your questions. I'm looking at all your guys' chats. But anyway, I like to form these around a couple things. Sometimes I look at the fib retracements, look at where we are historically, take a look at these levels of support and resistance, psychological barriers, obviously around 2000. So these are my 3 entries for Bitcoin right now. Now, 10,000 and 9,500. These are my 3 entry points for, so these are my 3 for Bitcoin right now. I'd suggest all these are great levels. All these are very good levels. What's going on, Gaurav Gupta? What's going on, Joel Tony? How's Ken Trabaco doing? Dude's going to break my speakers. That must have been from the BitConnect thing. Warren Buffett, correct. Bad ending. So I don't think Warren Buffett knows a thing about crypto. I love Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger. I've studied a lot of them. I read their books. But let's be real. I don't think Warren Buffett or Charlie Munger know a thing about Bitcoin. Charlie Munger, or I'm sorry, Warren Buffett still uses a flip phone, for Christ's sake. You think he knows anything about Bitcoin? I am sorry. I'm just not going to take my advice from Warren Buffett when it comes to Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. I love to listen to his advice, and I will. I love the dude. I think he's a great guy, but I just think he's, who knows, maybe he's secretly investing in crypto. Who knows? But I'm not going to listen when he says crypto is a bad investment and it's coming crashing back down. I just don't believe that. I do not believe that. The government, what about the government regulating crypto? Nick on Twitter asks, the government regulating crypto is not a concern of mine. It just really isn't. I mean, it sounds a little bullish and ignorant, but I'm just not concerned. You can't stop the internet. I'm just not concerned. In fact, what I'll do is maybe I'll send out the page that I'm referring to in the book that I think everyone should read. And Andre Antonopoulos addresses, he's always asked, well, what if Bitcoin crashes? Or what if it dies? What if the government bans it? And he responds with, I can't word it any better. So what I'm going to do is, why don't you guys sign up for my newsletter? Sign up for the newsletter on my webpage. You'll actually get a document for my taxes, which is an excellent guide that teaches you a bunch of information that you need to know about crypto and taxes, especially here in the US. And I will update and send out an email tonight with the page that I'm talking about. If you're ever wondering, the internet isn't disappearing, guys, and neither is cryptocurrency. So sign up for our newsletter. We love to keep you guys educated, and we give out a lot of great content for free, and we definitely don't like to spam you guys or do anything silly like that. So sign up, and I'll send that out tonight. So is the Cryptosomniac Advantage down? It is not down. We're just ironing up a couple kinks in it. It will be ready and available, or it will be fully working by tomorrow. There's just a couple kinks we're ironing out, but it is not down technically. Just a couple of minor bugs we're fixing. He addressed Bitcoin and BitConnect earlier. What levels have you set your RSI at? So great question, Daniel. My RSI, which isn't on the graph at the moment, is set to, thank you, by the way, One World Wrecked on Twitter. My RSI is set to, wow, look at how oversold Bitcoin is. It is such a good time to get in. You will thank me in a day or two if you get into Bitcoin now. You will thank me. You will thank me if you get into Bitcoin now. I'm telling you, you will thank me. My levels for RSI are set at 70 and 30, but honestly, a lot of times I will like to look at them, and this is really hard to read, so let me beefing up that line. But I do like to look at 80-20 sometimes because I am a bit more conservative. So sometimes setting the bands to 80-20 actually helps me see a little bit of things a little bit better, and you'll see that we are pretty far oversold. We are basically the lowest we've been on all the crashes we've experienced recently. We haven't been this low, and we've only been this low about 5 times in the past year to 2. Since 2016, we've been this low 4 other times. 4 times. So, and every time Bitcoin's come roaring back. So don't freak out. Hold on. Get your seatbelt. Get your Coca-Cola, your whiskey. Buy your Bitcoin. Grab some popcorn. Go watch a movie. Close your Blockfolio app. Close down Coinbase. Don't check the markets. And just hodl and keep on trekking along. If you can't stand the volatility of cryptocurrency, then you don't belong. If you can't stand it, it is a volatile market. Then there is risk. It's a volatile market. It is a volatile market. That is fact. But without risk comes no reward, or without the pain, you don't get the gain. And just ride it out and get used to it. Ride it out and get used to it, says Texas CC. That's what you got to do. Fresh Two Salts got his glass of whiskey. You didn't miss anything. In fact, come back in a couple more days, Fresh Two Salt, and all this will be over. Or maybe it's a week or 2. Maybe it's a little bit longer, but it's not going to be long, I can tell you that. So, I took out my mortgage to buy Bitcoin. I need the suicide hotline phone number. I think someone in the Reddit subreddit actually posted that. Reddit Ripple suicide hotline. National suicide hotline in Ripple. It's a little funny, but let's be serious. It's a little funny. What in the world? Okay. It's a little funny, but let's make sure all our comments are positive. But if you need the suicide hotline, There it is. Someone on Twitch asks, I don't understand why BitConnect Cash is dropping so much. I thought they had a system where it could only go up or down 10%. So the up and down 10%, I think you might be referring and mixing things up actually. Bitcoin futures, I believe, has a threshold to where if Bitcoin has actually changed in the past 24 hours by 7% or more, they halt trading on their exchanges. You can't short it. And so that maybe that's what you're referring to. But Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin, they definitely go up and down a lot together. Ooh, BCC. I don't understand why BCC is crashing so much. Maybe you're referring to Bitcoin Cash. I know BCC is also used sometimes for Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash or BitConnect is going down so much because they are going out of business. They're getting shut down. That's why. So let's see. Where is BitConnect at now? Let's see. BitConnect is at $32. We are going down like a hot tomato, hot potato. We are headed down. It is the end for BitConnect, guys. If you have any BitConnect, sell now while you at least have something. Zach Shaw asks, what are the advantages of Coinigy over TradingView? The advantages, for one, are they have a lot more coins and a lot more exchanges than TradingView. Other than that, not a whole lot. I mean, they're very similar. They're both owned by the same company. They are very similar, but Coinigy has a way more exchanges and therefore many more coins than TradingView does. So I do prefer Coinigy a lot for that reason. Otherwise, it's a lot of just look and feel and preference. Nothing too crazy. Where can I sell my BitConnect? You can sell it on HitBTC. You can sell it on their own exchange. You can sell it on Coin Exchange. You can sell it on LiveCoin. There's a couple places. So why is Bitcoin going down today? BitConnect. Is something happening with all the lending platforms? No. BitConnect was shut down. They announced that they're getting shut down because they're a Ponzi scheme and they're going out of business, basically, is the long and short of it. Here's the article right here for anyone that wants to see it. BitConnect shutters crypto exchange site after regulator warnings. You have about 5 days before the exchange platform fully shuts down. So it is donezo. Donezo. So let's pick a winner from earlier today with Snae's video. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. Hit that likes button. And let's pick a winner from Snae's video earlier. You guys know how I do it. 1 for Facebook and 2 for Twitter. 2 today for Twitter. So let's go to Twitter and let's pick a winner from our recent video. Let's pick a winner. Best things to do during a cryptocurrency crash. We got 110 retweets. And let's see how many I can see. I think it only goes from 1 to 25. So, one of the lucky 25 people. Let me count. My internet's being a bit slow. Why can't I see that? Let me try one more time. 114 retweets. There we go. And I believe it only goes from 1 to 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And no walls is all 3. So what we'll do is we'll just go to 1 to 23. And lucky number 16. So let's count backwards. From 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Nick Slacks has got the old AntShares logo. Loving the throwback. That is Neo, the old AntShares logo. Neo used to actually have that logo right there. So we'll save that. I'll reach out to you. And thank you for following and thank you for retweeting, sharing the content. All you have to do to be eligible to win some free cryptocurrency tomorrow is share this video either on Facebook or Twitter. We give away free cryptocurrency here on the channel every day. We love to support the people who love us. And we look forward to bringing you a lot of great content tomorrow. Stay up to date. The Cryptosomniac Advantage. Got that out. We got a lot of stuff to bring you and a whole lot more. So hit that thumbs up button, guys. And I think that will wrap it up here for today, guys. So thank you guys all for watching. And remember, stay a Cryptosomniac because the markets never sleep and neither should you.